Look, man, I love this team. I'm really disappointed how things have just been a roller coaster this year, but I got to tell the truth about the future of this team and what's about to go down this season, man. I got to tell the truth about it, man. And look, some of you guys may not like to hear it, but look, man, the truth about the Browns and the rest of this season, come here. They're going to be just fine. What are my expectations for the Browns? You heard me. They're going to be just fine. Will this team make the playoffs? Yeah. The Browns are still making the playoffs, everybody. 6-3. Deshaun's out. DTR's in. PJ Walker's the backup. Knowing what we have on this team, the Browns are still going to make the playoffs. They will still be in running for the division. They dang near might win it because of the position they put themselves in and what the scenery and the weapons are like on this team, everybody. That's my expectation for the Browns. Now, what are my expectations for DTR? I'm going to get to that in a little bit. I want you guys to listen to my DTR part because I feel it is important. But first, I want to get to this. I said what my expectations for this team was. I think they're going to finish as a 10 or 11 win team. I think they're going to make the playoffs. I think they dang near might win the division because of the position they put themselves in and because of the schedule they have on the back half and because of who's on this team. But let me get a little deeper than that. Let me go to the intangibles part of why I think this team is going to succeed. After that Baltimore game on Sunday, one of the key things that I highlighted about this team was their resiliency and their clutch gene. And boy, I'd be a coward to back down off of that statement. So I'm not going to back down off of that statement. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the truth. The Cleveland Browns this year have been battle tested. They have been put through roller coasters, and guess what they have done? They have responded accordingly at a 6-3 record and a 2-1 record with backup quarterbacks. Actually, 2-2 record with backup quarterbacks with that DTR game. But with PJ Walker, they're 2-1 people. With knowing they have a backup quarterback, they are 2-1. Ladies and gentlemen, let me say this again if you guys did not hear me already in my other video. The Browns this year are different than any other Browns team because of their resiliency and their clutch gene. And because of that, because they are battle tested, because they have been here before in a backup quarterback situation, having to learn how to win with that, with your defense, with your offensive pieces, and with having the coach that you have, the Browns are going to be just fine. And they are going to continue to show that they are the most resilient team in the league, and they are one of the most clutch teams in the NFL. Knowing that they have been through this situation before this year with a backup quarterback, what makes me think they are going to back down now? What makes me think that this team is going to back down, given how they've responded to adversity this year? It's simple as that. I do not have doubts in the Browns right now because of their surroundings, because of who they have as their head coach, because they are battle tested, have been here before, and know how to fight through adversity. They are hungry. And look, their schedule also looks pretty good this back half of the year. But we know who it truly all kind of hinges on. That's DTR at the quarterback position. And while the resiliency from this team is incredible, I still have to acknowledge that we do need the quarterback to play at least at game manager level to still be a 10 or 11 win team, make the playoffs, potentially win the division. Here's the truth about DTR after this Deshaun Watson situation. You can have your reservations. You can be a little bit weary because of what you saw before. And I'm going to use logic here. Do not write DTR off because of what you saw in that Ravens game. Deshaun Watson in that game decided to back out and sit out of that game 1 to 2 hours before kickoff. DTR, without expecting to start, was thrown into the fire in that game, not being really prepared for that game, and secondly, not having a game plan surrounded around him in that game for him to really succeed. On top of those two things, the dude is a rookie. He was a rookie in his first start. And newsflash, I'm sorry if you don't know it already, but rookie quarterbacks, generally, they might have a tough start in their first game. So let that be a message to you to not use one game to define a rookie quarterback, especially their first game. Knowing the fire that he was thrown into in that game with Deshaun Watson going out at the last minute and the game plan not really being built for DTR to succeed, But on top of him being a rookie quarterback in that situation, he is not getting cut enough slack. That situation that he was in is one that is very hard for a rookie to come out of, and we should not have expected for him to just ball out in that position. So I am not writing DTR off because of that Ravens game. But here are my expectations for DTR. He is going to be just good enough. He's going to be a game manager good enough for this team to win, along with the great defense that we have that's number one in the league, with the skill position players that we have, with the offensive line that we have, and with the coach of the year candidate in Kevin Stefanski that we have, and with the resiliency of this team already knowing how to play without their starting quarterback. I believe that DTR is the better decision over PJ Walker. He's going to start this week against Pittsburgh, and I believe that with now a full week of practice, with the game plan being built around him being able to succeed and not putting him in situations to disappoint, he is going to have a at least solid game versus the Steelers. He's going to be a good game manager in that game, and the defense and everyone else is going to do their part to help uplift him. And I think that is going to be the story for the rest of the season. DTR, with his surroundings, is going to be uplifted enough with his potential and higher ceiling than PJ Walker to be just good enough for this team and be a good game manager for this team to still make the playoffs, still have a good record on the back half of the schedule, and still win the division. I'm telling you right now, with the position that the Browns have put themselves in, with the wins that they've gotten versus AFC and AFC divisional opponents, they are going to win this division. Kevin Stefanski always knows how to get the most out of his quarterbacks. He did it with PJ Walker. We were 2-1 with him. We did it when Deshaun Watson was really starting to get in his groove before he got hurt. He did it with Baker Mayfield and made the playoffs. He did it with Nick Mullins when he had to start versus the Raiders in, I believe, the 2021 season. And he did it with Case Keenum when we had to start Case Keenum in that 2021 season. He even did it before when he had Kirk Cousins. He got the most out of Kirk Cousins when we had doubts about Kirk Cousins in that 2019 year. He also did the same thing with Case Keenum in Minnesota. So we have a coach that can get the most out of his quarterbacks, and we have a rookie quarterback in DTR with high potential and now better situation, better preparation to really perform in a great scenery with great weapons, everybody. So the truth about this team is they're going to be just fine. The truth about DTR is that people need to cut him some slack, and with the surroundings and the schedule that the Browns have, they're going to be just fine. But I will say this, there is definitely uncertainty on how high the Browns' ceiling is right now without Deshaun Watson. Obviously, it was very high with Deshaun Watson. Now that you lose him, you're kind of uncertain about where your ceiling with this team is. That's true. That has to be acknowledged. That's the bad thing about this situation. But everyone, what I'm going to highlight to you right here, right now, is that even though our ceiling may be uncertain, crazier things in the NFL has happened before. And crazier things in the NFL have happened when Jim Schwartz was a team's defensive coordinator. Look at the 2017 Philadelphia Eagles. What kind of Cleveland Browns situation would it be without expecting the unexpected? I'm going to just say that, everybody. This team's going to be all right, everybody. So tell me what you think down in the comment section below. Other than that, this has been Malik Hicks, a.k.a. The Ranker of Dogs by the Sword, signing off. Peace out, Dog Pound, and I'll see you on the other side. Peace.